everyone, welcome back to another Horror Realm Radio, the show that won't stay dead. I'm your host, Mike Exler, along with Rich Delzato. Rich, how are you this fine evening?
Doing well. How you doing, Mike?
Good, good. It is our New Year's Eve episode. That's very exciting. Happy New Year to you, Rich.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. So we know 2020 has been really not very fun for many people for many different reasons. So we wanted to start this episode off with a little fun thing that we came up with, a trivia game. We didn't come up with a trivia game, but we did come up with this idea to have it tonight. Rich, this was actually your idea. So I'm going to turn it over to you. You can tell the people about it, and then we can bring on the contestants and go from there.
Yeah. As you know, I wanted to try to bring some people into our show. We've had some vendors on, and I think it's time to have some of the people who've been attendees of the convention involve them in our show because we're doing this because of Horror Realm Convention. And as you and I both know, if it weren't for all these people we keep talking to, there would be no convention. So I thought it'd be fun, nice way to kick off the new year. Good way to see some people that we haven't seen since March. Can't believe that. So why don't I admit them, and then we'll get to introducing and have some trivia. Mike's already turned off his microphone. He's grooving. That smile of his, hopefully it does not focus on him. All right, so while we're admitting them to the room, oh, here they come. And we actually have a couple playing tonight. Oh, audio is connecting. Don't talk yet. What's up, guys?
Hey.
How are you?
Can you hear us okay?
We can hear you perfectly. This is our New Year's episode we're recording right now, so Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, we're counting down the clock.
Yeah. But also Merry Christmas, because you know how this schedule's working right now, so we'll say that anyway.
Well, right on. Happy Festivus.
Yes, that's right. So it's great to see you guys. I can't believe it's been since March.
Right? And since March. The last social thing, big social thing we did was Horror Realm.
Yep.
And I remember everyone talking about it, and it was, some people were like, is this going to be a thing? Is this not going to be a thing? And no one wanted to hug, and then next thing you know, we're shut down days later. So
I know. I can't believe the timing, how lucky we were, but also how we rolled the dice. Not knowing. We didn't know we were rolling the dice.
Right. Yeah, because it was new. We had just started to talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
We were elbow bumping.
Yes. Yeah. Church came in, and I went to shake his hand, and he threw his elbow at me, and I'm like, I guess we do have to start being concerned.
Tom Savini was like one of the first people we saw, and he came up with one of these, and it was like, okay, we're setting the tone for the weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I took a page out of T-Shirt Joe's book. I watched the T-Shirt Joe episode, and I had my Horror Realm mug.
Nice.
For product placement. I have my T-Shirt Joe T-shirt on.
Excellent. I do too. I mean, it's branding, but it is a T-Shirt Joe.
FastCustomShirts.com.
I don't think Mike's wearing one right now, but we're just thankful he's wearing a shirt.
No, I'm not wearing one tonight, but I am wearing a shirt.
Thank you.
It's not that kind of podcast.
Sometimes
the last time I was on a webcam, I was doing something completely different, but we won't talk about that.
No, not for this family-friendly convention show.
Where was I?
Are you excited for the news for next year's convention?
What? Yeah, just the show itself, or is there new news that we don't know about?
No new news. You've heard the 4 guest announcements.
Yeah, very excited.
And we're shooting for that March date. We also have a backup date later in the year, and as things go on here, I'm I won't lie. I think we're probably looking more at the backup date. Keeping in close contact with the hotel and what their procedures are going to be, but we'll pull something off in March regardless.
It'll be fun, Tip, for it to be the first thing back.
That's what I was hoping for, but this damn COVID's not cooperating.
No.
Yeah. So Brandi looks like she can't wait for the trivia, but I still wanted to catch up with you guys for a couple minutes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fail. I don't test well.
You don't know that, and this is just for fun anyway. But I did want to, for the people listening, and hopefully people will catch this show once in a while. I was interested in hearing about how both of you found out about the convention, and if you remember your first show, any favorite memories.
Yeah, well, I'll let Brandi go first because I could talk about this for hours and hours and hours. So Brandi can go first.
I don't know. I mean, I started going because of him.
Nice.
And that was, oh God, almost 11 years ago.
Yeah, we've been together 11 years in January, so
Yeah.
it would have been very, very pretty early on in the horror realm. But I personally haven't missed the show. I've been to every single show.
Yeah.
And I volunteered at everyone except for this last one. I went just for fun. I didn't volunteer, but all the way back to Zombie Fest
Right.
in 2008 at the Expo Mart, and that weekend is where I met a lot of the Horror Realm crew for the first one. Horror Realm then, but the It's Alive message board
Right.
was where I met a lot of people online, but then getting to go meet people in person, plus that amazing guest list that first weekend. It was people from the first 3 Romero zombie movies, and then the guy from Plan 9, Conrad Brooks.
Yep.
It was so fun that weekend. But I will say that weekend was one of the greatest weekends of my life. It was so much fun, and that's where I met almost all you guys was at that show. So yeah, I've been there ever since, and was horribly disappointed when things took a hiatus, and was ecstatic when we are back. We're back. So, and this last show was one of the best because it felt so good to see everybody again and be like, we made it. We're back. Here we are, and yeah, I loved it. I'm looking forward to many more. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
What is your favorite moment? I have a thought in mind of something really great that happened to you at the first Horror Realm.
Oh no, I'm not sharing that one because the other person involved in that has become like family. So that's a memory that we will share in private.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I'll always envy you.
Yeah,
for
well,
that moment.
You were in the damn room, you guys. If you guys would have
No, not at that.
Oh no,
not
you
at that
weren't.
time.
Brad and Jim were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you had thrown a party at your house the night before.
Right.
And I walked into your house, and I think it was probably the first time I was at your house, and we walked into the dining room, and there's Bill Moseley in the dining room. And it was like, hi, Bill Moseley, and Ken Foray, if I'm remembering correctly.
Ken came by and Tiffany.
Yeah, they came over because they were at a premiere, and then
Yep.
came over later. And the first time I ever met Tiffany, and since that time, become really good friends with Tiffany Shepard. She's one of my favorite people in the world.
Oh yeah.
Super excited to see her at the show. And Felissa, that's awesome.
Well, you probably hit on my favorite memory. And that was that first show when Bill was in my house. And not just because he was at my house, but I walked into the family room at one point, and he's sitting on the couch, double fisting hot dogs with my German Shepherd laying at his feet. And it was just a surreal moment. And, it was awesome that he felt comfortable enough around all of us to hang out and eat hot dogs.
That was such a fun night.
Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite memory?
We got, here's a good one. We got our engagement tattoos at Horror
Not
Realm.
really.
Well, it's not an engagement. That's lame.
Brandy's scooting away from you.
Yeah, right.
Engaged.
It was all of her idea, and all of a sudden she did figure herself out. But yeah, my cousin Shannon Daly, who works with Horror Realm, is part of Horror Realm. One of the sponsors slapped these on us at the show one year. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm sorry. I mean to cut you off. Robert Sadar singing with the Devils in the Details on the patio at the hotel was pretty. Maniac Cop singing with Mike and Julie was pretty fantastic.
That was awesome.
I'm trying to think of another good one. Mike, you got one for us?
Yeah, Mike, do you have a favorite memory?
Favorite memory probably would be the panel I did with William Forsythe, a guy I never thought I'd get to interview, and it was so rad interviewing him because he's been in so many things, and he's just a down-to-earth dude, and that's probably one of my favorite memories from there.
Yeah, he was there. It was a good year when he was there. I remember there was a little. Was that the year Sid Haig was there too?
That might have been the Sid Haig year. I can't
Might have
remember.
been, yeah. I'm excited Danielle Harris is coming back because the last time she was here, she was sick.
Right.
If you remember correctly, she was like sleeping in her room, and then came down, and I sat with her while she signed. She could barely speak because she was so sick. But each person that came up, she still tried to like engage with them, even though she had no voice and stuff like that. So that was cool that, to see her still try to engage with people. So coming back now, hopefully she'll be healthy and able to talk to people.
No, I think that's awesome.
Working Sid Haig's table was super fun too. I really enjoyed that.
I always appreciate that I can trust you with the guests because it's tough for me to sit there for an entire day.
I love it. Like, what a cool thing. I remember one year sitting with Heather Langenkamp and Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street, and one of my introductions to horror was Nightmare on Elm Street. That was like when it was a brand new movie. I was just getting into him, like, who's that dude? Like, that looks really interesting. Fell in love with that movie. And then fast forward 30 years later or whatever it is, and I'm sitting this close with Heather Langenkamp, like as she signs autographs, and when people wouldn't come up, just having a conversation with her. And finally, I was trying to play cool, and finally at one point, I was just kind of thinking about it, and I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting by you, because if you would have known me when I was like 8, I had the biggest crush on you. And it like broke the ice, and we're like taking selfies and stuff, like cool thing. That a lot of you, Rich, and Sandy and Michelle, like, have provided stuff that I will remember forever, like memories that I will never forget. Like, how cool is that? So, I'm very grateful that you put the trust in us to help.
That makes me feel good because we do it for you guys, and we wouldn't have pulled any of this off if you guys weren't so helpful and supportive. So it's worked out well for everybody, and we'll keep it going. We had that hiatus, like you mentioned, but that was just had to get some things in order in life. So we're back, and we're not going anywhere. What's that?
It made me appreciate it so much more because we lost it for a minute, and then it came back, and it was just even better than I could imagine. So
yeah, it was tough. I was like a year before swimming in the ocean. I think it was like a year before swimming in the ocean with Mike there, and kept telling him, I'm like, what can I do to fill this void, and trying to come up with all these ideas. And then finally, after a while, it was like, you know what? Just bring HorrorRealm back. That'll fill the void.
I love it. And people were healthy and stuff like that at that point. And I know you had an anniversary too. So
yep.
Kind of touching on that topic as well, which is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that's always a big anniversary.
Yeah. I like how you said you didn't even realize it because things are going so well. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, that is nice. And next year will be the 10th anniversary of the boy getting a kidney. And let's hope there's another 10, 20 before he needs another one.
I hadn't seen him, your son or your daughter, since HorrorRealm was gone. And then I saw him at the flea market, and I couldn't believe, like, he's so tall, and they've grown up so much in that short span of time. So.
Oh yeah, he still remembers playing table hockey with quarters with you.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That was fun.
He was my buddy, man. He's a great kid. I've really had a great time hanging out with him at all the shows. So.
Now he's a big, gawky, awkward teen, but we all were at one point. Mike still is.
I remember him putting googly eyes on all the bathroom signs at the one hotel.
John did.
Yeah.
Well, he was putting it on people's T-shirts too. If they had a character on there and it had eyeballs, he was putting googly eyes. Yeah.
That's funny.
Brandi always has a tin of emergency googly eyes in her purse just in case, for the googly eyes.
Nice.
Yeah, I always have them.
He was the son you should have had.
I know, right? He would have been my kid.
You can still have them if you want.
I'm too old for kids now. It's too late.
Oh my. Well, hey, I could talk to you guys all night. I really do miss you, miss everybody, but we do have a trivia contest to get to, and then Mike and I will probably kick you out of here. We got some year-end stuff to wrap up, but before we get started on the contest, thank you, Brandi, for stepping in, because I had somebody that I don't think Dustin could beat. So
no. Do you want to say who it was?
It was. Do you remember Jeremy? You know Jeremy Ritter.
Yes, Jeremy. Jeremy is great. He comes into my. I run a record store, and he comes into my store. Before COVID, he came in like every weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I get to see him and his girlfriend all the time. They're not married, right? His girlfriend. Yeah. I get to see Elizabeth. I get to see her all the time and stuff. So yeah, that's cool.
It would have been a match for the ages for sure, but work.
I'm actually relieved. Yeah.
I'm just here for fun. I'm like the filler. I'm the alternate.
Well, to class the place up.
The fun is about to change because, unknown to you guys and unknown to Jeremy, I do have a prize for tonight. There is going to be a gift certificate coming to the winner's email, so I might need your email, Brandi. It'll be a gift certificate from Fast Custom Shirts.
Oh yeah!
So
yeah! I love t-shirt jokes.
So
I probably have like 40 of his t-shirts upstairs, but there's about 100 more than I want. So I'm sorry, Brandi. I was gonna like maybe throw it, but now look out.
All right, so let's get started, and it's going to be ladies first, and there's going to be 5 questions to each of you. So I hope you have some endurance, and if we need to, we'll get into tiebreakers. So are you ready, Brandi?
I guess I'm as ready as I'll ever be. This is going to be funny.
All right, I'm kind of reading in the half dark here, so bear with me.
I like I watched today. I'm sorry not to interrupt. I watched 3 shows today, and I'm loving the show. But I was noticing your candy box behind you. Is that from the Hollywood?
Yes, that was given to us. It's a vintage display that was given to us, and the lady who gave it to us said, if you guys ever leave here, make sure it has a good home. And I said, trust me, it will. Uh-huh. And here it is.
I missed that place too, man. That was so many good times there.
Oh, we could do a whole show on just that. That was a good time. I love that place. But
yeah,
more important, we need to see who wins this gift certificate.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop interrupting.
No, that's okay. I'm just kidding around. So, Brandi, I'm going to start with The Devil's Rejects. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the motel which Otis and Baby escaped to?
Oh, God. No.
Is that your final answer?
I don't know the answer to that either. So,
yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I wouldn't have known it either, but I thought it was a cool question.
That is a cool question.
Can I answer?
Mike wants to answer, but he is not eligible for the prize.
Okay. Play along, though.
Isn't it the Desert Palms Motor Inn, something like that?
No, it's the Khaki Palms.
Oh, you were close.
Wow. Yeah.
Close.
I've seen that movie all of one time.
All right. So, 1 down. Now it's to Dustin. Your first question.
All right.
The original Fright Night. Do you remember the name of Charlie's neighbor that he suspects is a vampire?
Oh, gosh. No. I can remember Brewster, but I can't remember the neighbor. It's Mr. something, isn't it? I'm going to say I don't know it. We suck.
Brandi, do you want to steal it?
I don't know that one. I don't know.
All right. Mike, do you know that one?
Jerry Dandridge.
Mike's probably Googling these, so don't. That is correct.
The friend's Brewster, right? Am I remembering Brewster? Maybe I'm missing.
Yeah,
Brewster was his, that's what,
best friend.
Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew that name.
All right. Now for question number 2 for Brandi. I think you got this one. Who directed the 1968 film The Birds?
Hitchcock.
There you go.
Softball.
Well, you're about to get a softball, so you can calm down there, sir.
George Romero.
Close. Are you ready for your second question? Because you are now down.
I know. The pressure's on.
What is the nickname Martin Mathias is given by the disc jockey in Martin's 1978?
Oh my God. The Count. The Count.
There you go.
Yeah! One of my favorite movies of all time, John Amplis as Martin.
I pulled that one especially for you. I figured if Dustin doesn't get this one, he doesn't deserve to win.
At first, I was like, oh no. And then, like a ton of bricks, light bulb.
All right. Sorry, my vision in this dark is not going great, so bear with me 1 second. All right. Ready for this, Brandi? Your third question?
All right.
Have you seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
All right. The hitchhiker in the film, how is he related to Leatherface?
His brother.
Boom!
Look at what your brother did to the door.
Very good. All right. Third question for you, Dustin. I'm getting outside of your zombie Romero comfort zone here.
All right.
But still one I think you might know. Who is the only actor to play Jason Voorhees more than once in the Friday the 13th series?
Kane Hodder.
How did you know that?
He's in 7. He's an 8. He's a 9.
There you go. I knew you'd know that one.
He's also in Jason X. And then he cried about not being in Freddy vs. Jason.
He did. Oh, very good.
I actually knew that one.
Another one of my favorite horror realm memories. Kane Hodder chokes you, Rich, and almost kills you.
That is correct. And you remember who nursed me back to health?
Who was it?
You talked about her and her
Danielle
table?
Harris?
Yep.
Yeah. We nicknamed that horror realm the choke weekend because R.A. Leatherface from part 3 was choking everyone, and Kane Hodder was choking everyone. Violent. All right.
So question number 4. We've got a 2-2 tie, if I'm not mistaken, Mike. Is that correct?
That is
very
correct.
Good. All right. Well, I'm hoping that you know this one, Brandi, because I'm rooting for you.
Okay.
The Mist was based on the novella by the same name by which author?
Stephen King.
There you go.
She literally owns every Stephen King book.
I just mentioned this movie today.
Very good. So 3-2, but Dustin has 2 questions left. It's not even on questions yet. And this one's in your wheelhouse, I think.
Okay.
If you don't know this one, I'm taking away your Romero Pittsburgh horror fan card.
Oh man.
What insects overrun the sealed environment of Upson Pratt and Creepshow? What's that?
They are cockroaches.
There you go.
Some of them from Trinidad that they farmed from caves.
Nice. All right, so we've got 3-3. Now this last question, unless we have to go to a
3-3. Yeah.
3-3. Unless we have to go to a tiebreaker. I'm not sure about this one, Brandi, but I'm still rooting for you.
Okay.
In Hatchet, hopefully you've seen these. Oh, I don't like that look. What's the name? What's the name of the deformed killer?
I don't remember.
We watched this movie. Here, I'm gonna help her. We watched this movie on the Joe Bobbin summer sleepover slumber party, starring Tiffany Shepis and Felissa Rose. It was named after the character. It is Victor Crowley.
That's correct, but I did not make that for you to steal. So you still have to.
No.
So you still have to answer a question to win this thing.
Okay. Is this it? Is this the one?
If you answer this correctly, you win. And I want you to listen carefully because it's going to start out seeming like a softball, but it's not necessarily. Who directed Dawn of the Dead 2004?
Zack Snyder.
You are a winner.
I'll split it with you. I'll buy you something.
Oh boy.
I actually like that remake. I think that remake is great.
I think it's a good remake as well.
Yeah. Written by who wrote it?
Yeah.
Who wrote it? Who wrote the screenplay?
That I don't know.
James Gunn,
Oh, you're right.
who went on to do Guardians of the Galaxy, Trauma guy.
So Dustin, you're our winner. Brandi, I think you held your own. Whether you didn't, I don't think you thought you were going to do that well.
There was only one.
I didn't expect to. I don't know. You got ones I knew. Mostly.
Well, and look who you're living with. You had to. You probably picked up more than you even realized.
Probably, yeah.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you being part of this. I hope it was fun.
Oh my God, it was so fun. Let's do this all the time.
I loved catching up with you. But we're gonna move on to our next stuff. But let's not wait till March to talk.
Yeah.
I think it's been 8 or 9 months, and I do apologize for that. But let's keep in touch, and feel free to reach out to me, and I'll make sure I message you guys. And I have your email address. You will be getting that in the next day or two.
Happy New Year. Wear a mask.
Yes. Please wear a mask.
For sure.
Everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for listening too.
Thank you, Mike. Have fun. Bye, Rich. See you guys. Tell everybody we said hi.
We will. Take care. Bye.
Good job. Be good.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So they got a nice prize there for some T-shirts.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about placing an order in the new year. Gonna see what the new stuff he's got. So I'm excited about that. I always like to do a T-shirt order for T-Shirt Joe. FastCustomShirts.com.
He's got some good new stuff, and I just got actually an order arrived today. If you remember when he was on, he was doing his 10th anniversary sale.
Yeah.
And I said, people can get this stuff by Christmas, right? Blah, blah, blah. And he, rightfully so, he didn't guarantee anything.
Right.
Because of shipping being so bad, but mine arrived today.
Nice. Very cool. My last piece that I'm looking for in the post office finally made it to Pittsburgh. It only took 13 days to get from Cleveland to Akron, and then from Akron to Pittsburgh. So maybe it'll come before, so that's good. But no, that was fun. That was good. FedEx. Yeah, your FedEx package. How are they moving?
The November 29th one finally came today also.
Oh, good. Good. I mean, they are getting before Christmas. I mean, at least they're trying.
I feel bad for the workers. Those people have to be overwhelmed.
Oh, I'm sure, man. I'm sure. So hopefully we're still talking about Christmas. It's a podcast. We know. We film it a week ahead, so the fourth wall has been broken. But anyway,
son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. So thinking back on New Year's Eve, actually, this was and it's an anniversary actually of our first ever Horror Realm Radio episode. Now, this was from Dusk Till Con Network that we were part of with Adolfo and Bill Sesovus and some other folks with some shows and whatnot. And you had this idea of doing Horror Realm Radio at midnight on Friday. What was your logic behind the midnight thing? Do you remember?
Oh, it was, I remember exactly why. And I still, in the pit of me, still have this desire. But I know that I'm not the guy who can ever fill the void of having that late night horror thing to look forward to.
Right.
I didn't realize, well, I should have realized that, I'm not entertaining or interesting enough to fill the void, but I wanted something like that. And since we were doing live radio anyway, I thought, how cool would it be? And I didn't realize also that I was getting older and midnight all of a sudden it's becoming a struggle.
Right. Oh man. Yeah. I don't think I could do that now, to be 100% honest with you.
No, but that was 100% my motivation. Yeah.
No, it was cool. It was a cool idea. But it just,
Oh, I just burned my effing lip.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
So yeah, I remember we watched New Year's Evil, and then we did the show at midnight, and it was fun. It was a good time.
We unveiled the bottom 5, if I remember.
Yeah, that was the first episode for that. No.
It was bottom 5 zombie films.
Oh, wow. We went right for the zombie.
I'm 99% sure that was the case. Yeah.
For some reason, I remember your rant about Zombie Lake from that.
That's what I was just thinking about. Freaking movie.
You don't like Zombie Lake at all?
No, not at all.
Is it that bad?
It is.
Really that bad?
I mean,
Okay.
let's not get back into it, but I understand. I understand and appreciate low budget filmmaking, and if it weren't for that type of filmmaking, we wouldn't have things like the Evil Dead today, and that's how a lot of guys get started. But it doesn't mean you have to totally not pay attention to detail. And this movie did not pay attention to any. Just was very frustrating. Like the things that watch it again someday, and you'll see.
But speaking, I did before we get into a top 10 list that we can just go through real quick. I did watch Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 over the week. And it still is good because it's exactly like I said. They just recap the whole first one while the second one's happening. And then Garbage Day scene happens and it's over. Yeah. Such a good movie.
And you see like 13 pairs of boobs.
You do, Linnea. You get to see those boobs again. So, I mean, I just don't know how you can go wrong with Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Great holiday film, and I actually watched that Shudder Creepshow special. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't. How was it?
I really enjoyed it. It at first I was a little worried the first 10 or 15 minutes while they were building up the story. And it's only like 46 minutes long.
Right.
I thought they were going to lose me, but and I don't want to give any spoilers because it's really a creative story and it gets freaking crazy and wild and fun. The last 20-25 minutes. So once it flips from kind of building the story up, like why they're where they are and who they are, and gets to the meat of it, it's hilarious. My son watched it with me, and he was cracking up. And he doesn't normally he's not too critical one way or the other. He doesn't get too excited about things. You know, he just kind of takes the movies in, and this one had him rolling on the ground.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to watch that one. I did want to see it, so I'm glad you give it a good review. Yeah,
I will, if it's available to us since it's streaming. I will make it a holiday tradition to watch this. I hope they put it out on physical media because you know my fears.
I think they put Creepshow out on physical media, didn't they? The first season.
I believe so, yeah, which I need to pick up if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. Don't quote me, but that's what I thought. So, I didn't find any Good Housekeeping lists this time.
Son of a bitch.
I tried, but they said fuck New Year's Eve horror movies. So, the first one, the 10 on this 10 list is The Exhibitionists.
What?
2012. Yeah, I first was like, what kind of? Yeah, never heard of it. It looks kind of like a slasher. But anyway, number 9 is New Year's Evil, and you know how bad a movie is when the fucking title of the film is the name of the holiday, and you're number 9 out of 10. I mean,
oh yeah,
is that safe to say, right?
Well, I mean, what?
Number 8. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, you're exactly right because like Halloween is one of the best movies ever, and people would put it in their top 3 Halloween movies or horror in general. New Year's Evil to be number 9, it's just a piece of junk.
Yeah, it's sad. It's real sad. This list comes from us, from people at ScreenRant.com. I don't know who that is, but they're
come across. I like
number 8 is yeah, okay. We'll go to ScreenRant.com and check them out. Steel Trap from Germany. This is a German torture flick that we have not seen, but it's there for you. I guess it takes place during New Year's Eve.
We're not going to be very helpful in this segment.
Fuck no, man. What the hell? Number 7, Midnighters. Yep, nope, never saw that. That's from 2017. Yeah.
Oh, this is a fail.
What? Center of the Thriller, Midnighters. That's not even horror, damn it. Oh, shit. They hit you with number 6, Jaws the Revenge. Now, here we go.
That's a solid pick.
I'm going to read you the websites, what they're saying, because I don't like to do this, but it seems odd to defend a movie like Jaws: The Revenge, but hear us out. Not only does the final installment in the Maritime franchise boast a terrifying opening scene, one that honestly outdoes the originals, it possesses some alarmingly realistic depictions of grief. Lorraine Gary is a total show stealer in the way she conveys her character's anguish. That being said, the movie fails for a number of reasons, some of which include the dubious action sequences and the outlandish shark behavior. Do sharks even roar? Not at all. Um, so, her holiday getaway. So she goes away. Is this all takes place when she goes away? It's for New Year's Eve. I didn't realize that for the New Year.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a loose. I mean, it's not really based on New Year's Eve. You know, obviously it's based on the freaking shark, but
Right.
it does take place New Year's. So that's
Oh,
why
okay,
I said
so
solid pick. Yeah.
it is. I would have never thought. I have seen. Have you seen the two different endings for this film?
No, I have not.
Yeah, there's obviously the ending where Mario Van Peebles perishes, and that's
Right.
the end. And there is an ending where he magically arises from the water and he's holding on to a piece of board with half of his stomach gone and he's still alive. I
Actually,
remember
yeah, I have seen both endings. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I don't know why there are two endings, but I'm pretty sure the theater ending is where he came back, and then they did either VHS or something where he didn't. I don't know. Tim would probably know. But it's not
Why
a
do you
very
need
good
to release
movie.
alternate endings? Why do you need to release alternate endings for that movie? I mean, I love it because
I
it's
don't
Jaws,
know.
but it's not a good movie.
No, no. I mean, I guess they went super safe and they let Mario Van Peebles' character live. I don't know. But just thought that was weird. But I always like Michael Caine's favorite or famous quote on this film. He said, "I've never seen the film, but I love the house that it bought me." I don't think so. Moving on to number 5. This is one that Ghost Keeper from 1981.
I'm not familiar with that, I don't think.
This is almost
That's one I'm
what they're
actually
saying is almost the copycat of The Shining.
Ghost Keeper from 1981. I'm writing that one down. I want to see it.
Yep, it's number 5 on their list, so you might be running into something.
Yeah.
This one you mentioned on the pre-show, Bloody New Year from 1987. That's number 4 on the list.
Yeah, I saw that one a long time ago. Have you seen it?
No, I've never even heard of it.
It's not a bad movie. It's another one where it's not really a New Year's movie per se. It's these guys shipwreck on this island, and there's this old hotel, and that's where all the bad
Mhm.
stuff goes down. But the hotel's decorated from New Year's Eve. From basically that's
Oh,
abandoned, or I don't want to tell you the story because you might actually want to check it out.
okay.
Yeah, but it's not a bad movie. I mean, it's your typical 80s, mid. I don't remember what year, mid to later 80s type movie.
Yeah, it's 87.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
87. Well, I'm going to mark down Ghost Keeper and Bloody New Year and see what they're about.
Better.
Number 3 is probably, I've never heard of it, but it's called Into the Dark, New Year, 2018. What is Into the Dark?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm bad when it comes to the movies from the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh, I can click on Into the Dark. Tell me what this is. Hold on, keep talking. We're talking about, go to fastcustomshirts.com and order yourself some t-shirts for the new year. Into the Dark. It looks like it's a series of horror films and such. So that's what Into the Dark is. So yeah, go check that out.
Yeah.
Damn it! I just lost the website.
That's great.
We're
We're starting the year off strong. We're gonna have a contract at this rate.
What do we do on New Year's? All right, the next one was definitely somebody has to talk about uh Terror Train.
I love Terror.
So talk about Terror Train.
I mean, I like that movie, and I forgot that it was New Year's until you brought it up. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's definitely a slasher movie, as you probably recall.
Yeah, it
I'm
definitely
trying to think
is.
who all's in it that people would know, because it had a decent cast. Thanks for putting me on the spot. Do you remember any of that?
I have it pulled up right here. We have Jamie Lee Curtis, David Copperfield.
That's right.
Uh,
Yeah, I was trying to. I knew there was somebody like that. I mean, obviously everybody knows Jamie Lee Curtis, but that's right. David Copperfield was in it.
Vanity was in it as well.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that I've never heard of other than that. Ben Johnson is the main guy, whoever that is.
I don't remember the story that well. It's one I haven't watched probably since the 80s, but it was one that I probably watched a dozen times. It was on HBO or one of the pay channels, and you'd be hanging out at friends' houses and turn it on. And so I just remember enjoying it a lot.
Right. It was it actually is 3 years after a prank went bad, a college prank. The six college kids, including Jamie Lee Curtis, that pulled the prank on dude, are all in a Christmas or New Year's Eve party on a train, and he is back for his revenge, and he wears that like mask with the big nose, and he's like the conductor guy. So he's back.
I found that so freaking scary as a kid, believe it or not.
Oh, his mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mask is creepy. It really is. So I actually find Terror Train outside of Halloween. I think this is probably Jamie Lee Curtis's best horror film that she was in. I really dig the story. I really dig how it played out. There are a lot of films that have this trope of, oh, the revenge film for a prank or something like that. But I think this is one of the better ones out there. The Burning would be the other one that I really like, but that's another show discussion. But yeah, Terror Train, I think for me is if you're going to watch a New Year's Eve horror film, I think Terror Train is one that you should definitely consider.
I might watch it this New Year's Eve.
Rich, I think you should. I really do. I really do.
Because technically, this episode is airing 3 days before New Year's Eve, so we're like in some weird space-time continuum right now.
We are. So you can watch it and then watch it again before New Year's 2021. Who knows?
Can I go back to 1980 and watch it?
If you have the flux capacitor. I personally don't have one, but if you find one, let me know, because I need that book.
I will.
So we have that the poll that we put up that did not do very well. So everybody seems to like what you call it, the surveys rather than like just adding your own answer, correct?
Yeah, which I was surprised by, because it's so much easier just to type in on Facebook, as opposed to going to the survey site that I've been setting up. But it is what it is. So yeah, we only had one response to the question of what is your New Year's resolution, and that was from Mr. Tim. What it was I'm making no New Year's resolutions, which leads us to our next topic. What's that?
Yes. Yeah. That's a good resolution.
Exactly. So what's your
resolution like? I don't make them. I find it silly. Like why does it what made this come about? Like who was sitting around and was like, we need New Year's resolutions? I don't understand.
I'm not sure where it started from. We probably should have done a deep dive into the history, but we didn't.
Well, fuck. I don't know. I should have, but I didn't.
Neither did I. But no, I'm in the same boat as you and our one respondent. I don't make New Year's resolutions. I think it's great for you if if that's what helps you get going in the new year and improve your life or fix things, and you can actually do it, that's awesome. I'm spending every day trying to figure out how to make things better. I mean, every day is a resolution in my mind. So I'm like, why do I need to make a specific New Year's one and spread it amongst the world?
Yeah. I'm one that needs to gradually change things. I can't just like snap a finger and be like, okay, this is done, and I have to, I can't operate like that. So that's really why I don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's just not realistic for me at all.
Well, that's kind of the same thing I'm saying. Like when I say every day is a resolution for me, it's little tweaks. Like I'm going to do this a little differently, do that a little differently until new habits form or lifestyle changes.
Correct.
And
it's true.
How many of these resolutions, when you make it a big to do for New Year's, actually happen?
I would think the percentage is very small of them actually seeing them through, and them coming to fruition.
But I'm a very negative person in this arena because, as you know, I also dislike the can't wait for this year to be over stuff. Guess what?
Yeah.
January 1st comes along, everybody's still dying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I appreciate the optimism from people that think 2021 is just going to be normal, but I'm not sure that that's going to be the case until, maybe summer. I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing. It will be when it'll be, but I've never, flipping the calendar. We don't even have them on our walls anymore, as we discussed last time, but flipping that calendar doesn't make life better.
No, it does not. So we have definitely a lot more to go through this, and hopefully things do progress towards better in 2021. But at least if they don't, you still have HorrorRealm Radio.
Don't people.
I mean, there's that. I have a new background at Masters of the Universe. So, I mean, displaying new backgrounds, it's all for people to enjoy.
You're a giver.
Something. So, well, again, Rich, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
It's been fun. It's been fun doing this show. I believe this will be our 7th show already that we've been doing. And as always, we appreciate everybody that has been checking us out and supporting us and, leaving comments. We do appreciate it. Remember, our email is thescaryroomhr@gmail.com if you ever want to reach out about any topics that we're talking about. Go to otherworldlyculture.com. Check out what we got going over there. Panels, reviews, written pieces, just all types of stuff going on over there. So go check that out. So we want to, again, thank you and wish you a very happy new year. Next week, we do have Zach coming on the show from Death Comes Lifting. So for people that are making your New Year's resolutions to lose weight or just, maybe get a little bit healthier, you can check that show out and he might have a few tips for you. So again, Happy New Year from everyone here at HorrorRealm Radio, the show that won't stay dead.